Well, good evening. Welcome to another Randy's Guitar Attic on a Wednesday night. Once again, YouTube failed me again on the laptop. Taking all advice from people, tell me what I need to do, change that, change this, change that, change everything that I did, that they told me to do, and still, the phone. So I apologize for that, guys, girls, whoever may be watching. I'm still a lefty, I guess. So here it is on Wednesday night. We have a few things we'll talk about tonight. We got the news of MTV going away. I don't know if you heard that. MTV is going to be done on December 31st, from what I understand. That there was going to be a merger between Paramount and Sky something network, that they're going to get rid of MTV. Not that MTV is actually relevant anymore. I had a Fretlight, what was that? A fist fight with YouTube in tonight. Really? That's funny. Margaret, how are you? So yeah, I was kind of shocked that the whole MTV thing is finally coming to an end. They really haven't been relevant for a long time. I mean, they've kind of gone away. Although, yeah, every now and then you'll see they'll put some of the classic videos up from the heyday that, you know, were cool back in the day. I mean, when I was growing up, gosh, MTV was the thing. You know, you come home in the afternoon, like 4 o'clock, and Steph, how are you? And you know, you would come home and they'd have all these cool videos. I remember hearing you know, Wanted Dead or Alive the very first time on there. You know, all the Poison videos, all that stuff that was cool. Britney Fox, you know, hearing, you know, Alex, how are you? And just so many of these iconic, you know, bands that went on to be the big thing in the 80s, you know, all got destroyed by the 90s, but it was cool back when they were, you know, around to watch them. You know, first time I ever seen Queensryche on MTV. And I mean, remember, what was it? Ricky Rackman doing the metal show, or not metal show. That's Eddie Trunk. It would be fabulous. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great show. No, a great show. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, we got Kiss. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Kiss is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Wrong Trump, right? Eddie Trunk. Yeah, exactly. Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, I mean, golly. Beavis and Butthead making fun of, who is it, Slaughter? They made fun of all the time. A buddy of mine actually plays in that band now. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad. Kind of sad. You know, it said MTV is going to be gone. And, I mean, how many of you guys out there actually have cable TV or anything like that you can actually watch MTV anymore? Curious to see that. Eric, how are you? Yeah, actually, you're right about that. Who was that? I can't. Mitchell, yes, you're exactly right. MTV did give ZZ Top a second career. I mean, you know, before that, they were just... I have a cable, literally only keep it to watch NASCAR. NASCAR! Yeah, then, yeah, ZZ Top, they came in. not doing that type of stuff. Haven't seen MTV since the 80s. See? Margaret, you haven't seen it in a long time. But that's funny. The NASCAR thing, you keep it for cable. But this year, NASCAR really messed with a lot of people. A lot of the races actually went on to, I think, Spike, or not Spike, but Prime. And then they went on to, I think, Max as well. They had a couple different streaming platforms that they went to. I watched some of the Prime stuff, and actually it was probably better than the stuff that was on either of the networks. The commentators were a little bit more free to speak their mind, and it made for a better show. So, but I don't like the whole thing. I'm getting off of NASCAR, onto NASCAR, even though we're a music channel, but we do this sometimes. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We do move around quite a bit. So, but we'll talk about the whole NASCAR moving around. I wish they just streamed every race. I wish they did stream. I wish they would stream every race as well, in one place. If we could just figure out where they're going to be every week, it was kind of a fiasco. Sorry, let's get back to guitars. Alex, you don't have to worry about talking NASCAR with me, because I play in a band called the Pit Road Pickers, which is a NASCAR band, and we do play a lot of the tracks. I've played several of the tracks, everything from Dover to Talladega, Charlotte, Homestead, Daytona, of course, because I'm right here in that area, but played several of the tracks, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that. So you can talk NASCAR all day with me. Was not happy that Denny Hamlin won the race this past week, because I'm not afraid to say that I'm not a very big fan of Denny Hamlin. All right. So anyways, let's, we'll get back to music talk and guitar talk and all that fun stuff. I don't, I will definitely miss, my youth of MTV. And I do turn it on sometimes. I actually had it on the other day and was watching a couple older videos back, watching Britney Spears. Because that was on, and what was the other one I was watching? Oh, Men at Work. So, always like some Men at Work. So, I don't know if you guys saw this. A friend of mine posted a thing on about Gibson with, they have a Gibson Les Paul. It's a 59 Les Paul reissue. They're only making like 6 of these for a certain, I think, Rumble Music or something like that. And they have one pickup, and they're in a really gaudy color. Really not a really good color. It's like a slime green. It's not even, I don't think it's even that cool. It's more of a Celtic green. One pickup, one knob, and the color, and it's a 59. I already played it. We opened up with Slayer. You missed it. I actually played something new for you, and you missed it. So yeah, this and the crazy thing about this Les Paul is that it's like $7,000 for this Les Paul that is ugly for one. It's nowhere near the spec of anything other than it has a 59 neck, and maybe the body is 59, but it's bright Celtic green. One pickup, one volume, no tone. $7,000. Who in the world is going to pay $7,000 for this guitar? Because there's 6 of them. I'm sure there's some guy that's going to go, I'm going to buy all 6 of them. I don't, you know. And people ask me, is this going to be a good investment? It may be if Gibson actually does follow through. I've said this several times. If they follow through with what they say they're going to do, which means no reissues of this. You do the 6 and you're done, and that's all. No more. You do them for this one dealer, they're gone. Nobody else can get one. There's not going to be any more one pickup with one knob, Celtic green Les Pauls, 59s, whatever they want to call them. But knowing the history of the guitar makers, this guitar is guaranteed to be out in 2 years, maybe less. Somebody else will have this guitar, and they'll call it something else, and the color will be just barely a little different green, and they'll call it some other color, but it's the same guitar. Just that's the way it works. This marketing machine is crazy. Manufacturing exactly is sketchy, and some trading cards exactly. And you're right about the trading card scheme. Yeah. Yeah. I hate this stupid screen, guys. I'm sorry. I'm touching the screen to read your replies because I don't stay up on there long enough for me to read them. And this time it's saying Gibson just playing with us now. Yep. Yeah, exactly. They are playing with you. Eric, you're right. But it's just like Fender just came out with a new 3 pickup Telecaster and have a different name on it. It was the Nashville forever, but now it's something else. I don't. Yeah, I get really perturbed at this whole thing of them reissuing these guitars and just putting a different label on them just so you'll buy them. You know, the thing about like guitars now, and I think I've said this before, a friend of mine said this a few years ago, that if we stopped making guitars right now, Gibson, Fender, Ibanez, ESP, whoever, if they all stopped right now making guitars, there would be plenty of guitars for everybody to go around. You wouldn't have to buy another guitar, or wouldn't have to, have a new guitar ever again, because they are so abundant out there in the used market, and these guitars are pretty much the same thing they've been making for years. I mean, how many bursts do we need? How many bursts, Les Paul bursts do we need that all look exactly the same? They're not like a Paul Reed Smith. I'll say a Paul Reed Smith does change some things. Pickups are not the same as the Paul Reed Smiths anymore. They have changed, different things in the Paul Reed Smiths that they do have different models. But eventually that's going to end as well, because they will eventually make so many of these things, it will come to an end. There will be no reason to make any more guitars. And we can buy as many used guitars as we want, and our collection will be full. So, the used market now, I'm seeing, I know I've talked about this, has definitely started to stabilize. I say the stabilize, we're starting to see this decline in the prices and stuff. And I believe that, the manufacturers keep raising these prices up on these guitars to keep the older guitars abundantly more money. They're trying to make them come up in value, try to make those become collectible or just more expensive to you, which I think is total BS in itself. But I think it will probably backfire. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Become part of this community here. If you're, just kind of scrolling by and saying, hey, what is going on here? I won't hound you at all. I won't send you any emails. I won't do anything to you. You just help me out by hitting the like and subscribe and, help a brother out. So, and we do these live streams every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and, or right around 8 o'clock, maybe a little later, maybe a little earlier. Usually it's always later because that's just the way it is. So, anyways, so we had talked about MTV. We talked about these Gibson guitar grabs. So, oh, by the way, it is Biketoberfest here in the Daytona Beach area this week. Started, well, it starts tomorrow, but actually it started yesterday. We had a band come in today. What was the guy's name? Gosh, I'm terrible with names. Fun guitar videos, live stream, occasional travel videos. What's not like? That's right, we do have travel. Yeah, we've done some travel as well. If you're interested in the travel thing as well, you can check out my Florida Fun and More channel. I just posted a video from some stuff today on that channel. So, yeah. So, God, what was the guy's name? Oh my God. I suck. I would normally check my phone and look who it was because I did put his information. It's on the Guitar Addict Facebook page. But I can't do that because I'm using the phone. Oh boy. One day I'm not going to be so old and so, whatever. No, that's not going to happen. So. By the way, we got the Kemper back working. We were going to use the Quad Cortex tonight, but the Kemper started working again. So if you're new to guitar, by the way, what I was doing there is adding fifths to my power chord. So if you take a D chord, and you add the A root over the top of it. Now you have a 5 chord. I use that when I'm doing like when I come around, I go. Gives it a little bit more evilness. Michelle, how are you? Good to see you. And yeah, so it's one of those tips if you're new to guitar, hope you can use that. Yeah, they actually, Fender is pushing the Ventura and the Road series as well, Road Worn series. Good guitars. I can't say anything bad about them. I think a lot of the guitars coming out of Mexico are actually almost better than a lot of the guitars that are coming out of America right now. I don't know what's going on with the American factory, but I have seen several guitars come to the shop just for setups and stuff, and I'm kind of going, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It's kind of sketchiness, but it is what it is. So, $1,600 for a made in Mexico, Mitchell? No, not in my book. Not in my book. No, I'm not going to pay $1,600 for a made in Mexico guitar. The tariffs are not that high. When I'm getting guitars from China, I get Kepman guitars, which are really good guitars. If you don't know anything about Kepman guitars are made in China. They make their own guitars. They're like Eastman. They have their own factory. They QC everything. Really good guitars. When I can buy a Kepman guitar, a 130, that has built-in effects inside the guitar, just like the Yamaha, bolt-on neck, a torrefied solid top for $400 with a bag, a dehumidifier, and there's something else actually in there too. It's rechargeable, $400. Why in the world do people think that it's just because it's from Mexico, it's all of a sudden outrageously priced? I sold American Pro Tele and kept my player Tele from Mexico. Player's better than me. They're good guitars. I agree. But here's a crazy thing about the player guitars. And you guys are going to go, no way, it's impossible. So I have a few player guitars in the shop right now, and they range from $425 to $550. So if you're paying $1,600 for some of those guitars, and they're coming to me, they're $550 in the shop. They don't retain their value. To me, I'm not seeing that they're retaining a value. I'm not the only one. A buddy of mine over in Auburndale has a shop. Same thing. They're all about the same price as me. We're pretty much in agreement that a Mexican guitar is not worth, even though it costs $1,600 or $1,200, we're not going to knock it down $200 or $300 and just sell it used. We're bringing them down about half of what they're worth and more and selling them, because that's what we feel the market really is worth. It's still a Mexican guitar. It's, you know, it is what it is. The American stuff as well, same thing. We're kind of cutting them quite a ways down as well. It's just, but the Mexican stuff a little farther, just because it's Mexico. Just like a Chinese guitar. I mean, we're dropping those down. There's so many of them out there. God, you can't get rid of an Epiphone. God, an Epiphone, like right now, that's the curse of death. You get an Epiphone from a couple years back or farther back, can't get rid of them. Nobody wants them. That's one of the guitars that has totally taken a total dump. Used to be able to get rid of the Epiphones pretty quick, but nobody wants them. I have people walk in the shop all day long. They walk right by them and go to something else. I did have a guy, though, did pick up an SG Pro today and looked at that, but he chose something else. So, but at least somebody looked at it. First time I think anybody's looked at this guitar. It's been in there for 6 months. No one's even looked at it. You know, I don't know. You guys tell me what's going on out there. So, Alex, why do you think that that's the case and not like that with the Squire? Yeah, you know, that's funny, because the guy that my local guitar shop won't take an Epiphones and trade anymore. Eric, thank you for letting me know that, because I'm not taking them in as well. I stopped. I know GC is not taking them in as well, at least our local GC. They said they won't take them anymore. So, but it's funny, the guy that was looking at the Epiphone decided on a Pro Series Squire. So, just goes to tell you that that the Epiphones are dead. Don't buy Epiphones unless they are dirt cheap. Yeah, because you won't be able to get rid of it. I finally had somebody bring in one of those Fireflies. I'd seen a couple of them, but I hadn't had one brought in. I had a guy bring one in for consignment. One of the Firebird 3s. Actually, it was not bad. It was all right. It wasn't as bad as I thought the other ones I had seen. Is it because people like Fenders more? And by proxy, Squire? No, I don't think so. Because there are several of the Squires that don't sell. I think it's just based on, like, the one that I did sell was a Jazzmaster or Jaguar. They're hot right now. That whole thing is hot. I talked about this in past weeks that the 90s thing has become the hot thing. And we've gone back to the 90s. We're no longer in the 80s, or at least we're making our way out of the 80s. And so, just like I always tell you guys, it's all of, hello. No more. No more of that. So, yeah, I hate saying that, but that's just the way it is. The circle of music and guitars. But anyways, what did I have? I had something else I was going to go on you guys with. Oh, yeah, so I was talking about Biketoberfest. That's what we were talking about. I started moving to Biketoberfest. So we have all the bike events happening here. Tomorrow we have a tattoo thing that's happening down the street for me. They pretty much closed the street off down there for that. So I have decided, like, this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm closed. I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to go in there and just sit around and wait for maybe one guy to come in. And he's probably on a bike, and he's not going to buy anything. I will be in the shop tomorrow. You know, somebody needs to call me or whatever. I'll be in the shop for a little while. I have guitar repairs to do because why? I want to get them out, get these people's their guitar, get these people's, get them their guitars for one. And the other one is to get some of these guitars ready for next week because we have a guitar show next week. Woohoo! We're going to be in Tampa, the Tampa Guitar Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun as well. My wife and I will be going out to Howl-O-Scream one night at the Tampa, well, Busch Gardens, Tampa, and we're gonna go to Sir Henry's Haunted Trail in Plant City. So we're kind of like right in the middle of these things. So we'll branch out and go to these two haunted events because that's what I do. Halloween comes around, I become Mr. Halloween. And has anybody started following this guy? He's been around for a while. Michael Myers of Decatur, Illinois. It's Michael Myers of Decatur. I have really taken a liking to this guy. I think it's hilarious. Check him out. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. He's on all the socials. It's hilarious. He dresses up as Michael Myers, walks around his city, goes in Home Depot, goes into Costco's, goes into whatever, and he brings his 5-year-old son around, who I think Harrison, his son now, is a little older, but the kid walks around, he does this little Michael Myers dance and stuff, and his dad plays the Halloween theme in, like, Costco. It's funny. I did Buckethead. Oh, you dressed up as Buckethead? Did you see him on Rick Beato? He was on his show without the bucket. And it was great to see him without the bucket. So he unmasked himself. And we got to see what he actually looks like. Because I know a long time, you didn't get to see what Buckethead looked like. That was like a no-no. It was like the Kiss thing. You didn't see him, any of those guys without makeup. You didn't see Buckethead without his bucket. So, anyways. Hey, Margaret, do you get much of the bike people coming out there into Ocala? I wondered that, if you're still out there watching. So where's everybody from tonight? I always like to check and see where our viewers are from. Is there a buddy Shane from Australia watching tonight? Buckethead is a great player. Absolutely, he is a phenomenal player, Brian. He's a very versatile player, very versatile. And that to me, I think that this kind of a sign of a really good player is somebody that can play all kinds of stuff. Alex is in Tennessee, bless your heart. Maine, Michelle's in Maine, great. The G is in Tennessee. What is this? 2 Tennessees and 2 Maines. Brian is in Maine too. Vermont, or is that Vermont, VT, I think. Mitchell's in Orlando. Oh, Orlando. That guitar store is closing down the street from me. Oh, are they closed? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Hey, you didn't have a whole lot in there anyway, so it figures. But by the way, if you're in the Orlando area, which we know somebody is here, Margaret, I'm here and don't notice bikers here at all. Oh, good. You're lucky. But if you're in the Orlando area and you want to come out and see me play, I will be at Old Town Kissimmee on Friday night. Be out there from 7 to 11, playing on the main stage out there. I think what do we got here? I think we got Hot Rods on Friday night. Hot Rods, so the Puerto Rican Hot Rods will be out there. Well, there's just regular hot rods, but the Puerto Ricans come out and man, they do it fat. They come out and they have those cars. I mean, it's like representing big time. So I always like to say, hey guys, what's happening? I'm going to Puerto Rico soon. I'm going back. Love Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rico. It's one of my favorite places to go is Puerto Rico. Would you ever live stream one of your band's concerts? I would love to, but I don't think I can. The reason is because we play a lot of cover material, and YouTube doesn't like you to stream cover material. They kind of frown on it and get copyright struck. But I stumbled on Sturgis during Bike Fest and didn't know why the rooms were booked. Margaret, it's funny. Sturgis, man, that's a neat little place out there. It really is. And it used to be, okay, so Bike Week, Biketoberfest, we used to have some of the greatest bands would come. We had ZZ Top come one year. We've had just multiple big bands. I mean, just all kinds of them. Lynch Mob came here. We had Stained. We've had, God, I could go down a list, but I can't. Molly Hatchet is playing this weekend, but Molly Hatchet isn't Molly Hatchet. I mean, if you know anything about Molly Hatchet, there's nobody in the band that even played in the original band. 68 Firebird, Randy's logo on the back. No, Steph, we don't want anything, my name on anything. Yeah, it's crazy. You go to Sturgis, yeah, you're gonna go see, you'll see Slaughter, you'll see, Grand Funk Railroad, you'll see. We used to see what's the chainsaw guy? What's that band's name? He was here all the time. Now he only plays out at Sturgis. Jesse Dupree. And what's his band called? You guys will tell me. But he usually was here every year, and we don't see him anymore as well. David and Alan Coe used to play here every year. David's kind of aged out. So nobody. There's nobody. It's just like, it's like cover band central. So it's like just coming to see me play at a big event. And it's so funny because I'll let you in on a secret here. Not so big of a secret. So a band normally would come in, if I go play at a club around town, generally it's $800 to $1,500 a night, depending on the club. Okay, so we go play these clubs. Can you use band copyright license, Alex? No, I don't think I can. I wish I could. Jekyll, exactly. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. So go out and play a gig. Okay, so I believe that you would not believe the guitar players that knows. Steph, I'm sure. So if we go out and do these gigs during the regular year, $800 to $1,500. If I go out during Bike Week or Biketoberfest and there's 20 times the amount of people there. I mean, it's just like during a normal night, you go play a place, you might get 200 people out to see your band. You might. And they're probably not even there to see the band. They're just in the bar. During Biketoberfest and Bike Week, you'll get 10,000 people. And they'll all be hanging out to watch, and they'll be backed all the way up and like that. Margaret, what I remember the bikers, how awesome they were. Yeah, the bikers are awesome. But so if I go play Biketoberfest and Bike Week, they're not going to pay me any extra money for one. I have to load in from way far away or load out, one or the other, both, go do my show, and then load this stuff all the way down the street. I have to park 3 blocks away. Most of the time you have to pay to park. And the response I get from most of them is, hey, it's great exposure for your band. Do I look like I care if I get exposure for my band? Exposure. No, I don't care about if I get exposure for my band. It's not about exposure anymore. Not at my age. You get to a certain point where, yeah, I can see it where maybe Papa Wheelie or Bitten Bender, which is the same thing basically. Young guys, Driven, another band, another local young band that plays some originals. I can get it. You guys are young. You're looking to build your foundation up to kind of maybe sell some CD, or not CDs, but streams, maybe some vinyl. But somebody like me and like the guys I play with, we've done that. We've all played on cruise ships. We've all done, other things. We've had records out back when it actually mattered. But not anymore. I hate to tell you, I play music. I love music. I love playing music, and I love entertaining people. I love the interaction with people and doing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I still have to be paid because I have to pay my bills. So it's no longer about exposure. It's about, I got to make a living. So do you do anything marketing-wise? Like for marketing-wise for what? For the band? Or, because yeah, there's a lot of marketing for the band actually. But, and there's the band's name, by the way. I am working, see, I'm representing tonight. Representing Occasional Astronauts. Goofy name, but the band is good. The band's had some good players in the band. How do you go about finding people to play with, Dilly? Yes, for the band and your musical endeavors. Okay, how do I find people to play with? I'll tell you, there's a thing, usually if you can find a local bar or restaurant that actually hosts an open jam, go out and play with these people. Go out and just sit in with them. It's a great way to meet people and a great way to kind of boost your chops and see if you can, if you can hang with other people. That's one of the things. You really want to see if you can actually hang with other people. As far as the promotion for the band and stuff and where my gigs are, A lot of times on here, I will talk about my gigs. Also, I do talk about it on the, actually, yeah, old school networking. Yes, Steph, that's right. I do talk about it on my Facebook page. If you go on the Guitar Attic Facebook page, I do mention it on there. Also on Instagram and on, I think, TikTok as well. There is promotion for the Occasional Astronauts, and it does. We always have like an old school flyer looking thing as the Occasional Astronauts live at Ruby Street Grill, Saturday night, October 18th from 8 until 12. So, see, I gave you another promo right there. So that's my Saturday night gig. Luckily, I only play one gig during Bike Week or Biketoberfest this week. I am playing my gig at the Hard Rock Hotel. That one's a little different. We do pull right up to the back, load out, do our thing, load back and out of the place. It's not a bad gig. And plus, it is on Thursday. And one thing good about playing the Hard Rock, they do tip very well. Man, it's crazy how it's changed. Back in the day, it was a little poster sharing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a poster, and you go on a pole, boop, 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 boop. Or actually, I had Snapple gun, geek, 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 geek. I think we did have hammer and nail as well at one point. Yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah, when Einstein's Attic was kind of taken off and stuff, and we were really trying to promote the CD and stuff, or not the CD, but trying to get a record deal and all that stuff. We were hitting, we were in a town, we were out, hey, there's a phone pole, or, hit it up, and you hit it up and you promote your band, and, it's never stopped. I picked up an Adam Jones Epiphone LP this week. It's amazing. Well, good. Adam Jones, is that the Adam Jones you're talking about? I think that is. I think that's that guy's name. Anyways. Drop D. It's funny how many people actually, did you get the video I sent? The one about the string change thing? Was that you that sent me? No, that was actually, that was another one I was going to talk about. I've seen you send me videos all the time. Steph, you almost send me too many videos because I'm overloaded. My phone is constantly going off all the time. People sending me stuff, and so Adam Jones, yes, that's who it is, Adam Jones. But so yeah, slow down the pace of the videos. I get between you. I have another guy. Yeah, Tool. Yep. See, I was playing it right. It was Tool. But yeah, I have a buddy of mine, Derek, that is a guitar dealer as well, and he is always sending me stuff. Some of his stuff I don't really agree with, but he does send me a lot of stuff that sometimes it's guitar related, sometimes it's a little too political, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about your politics, dude. Please, leave me alone. Go back to sending me guitar stuff, or people, walking off their front porch, slipping on ice. Mama running into the car when the door's not open. Stuff like that, I don't care. I'm all good about the dog pulling the lady down the street. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine. But the political crap, please. That's just not me. So, anyways, but yeah, he sends me that type of stuff. And then I know, Steph, you sent me, I think you sent me Buckethead, didn't you? Somebody sent me Buckethead. I did get that. But one guy did send me a thing about, I think it was Brian, one of the guys that actually works for me and plays in a band called Redgate. And I still love the Sheridan I got from you. Margaret, thank you. I'm glad you liked that guitar. That was a nice guitar. Absolutely. I agree with you. But people will take Gibsons and stuff like that, Fenders, and they'll take the string through and they'll wrap it around and then they bring it back through and they tie it, essentially, in a knot to supposedly keep these things from going out of tune. I'm going to let you guys in a little secret. It doesn't help. It doesn't really help that much. Not enough. There's a trick I actually use. What I actually do, and this is how I think it actually works better than tying does. I actually take the string, put the string through the thing, wrap it up, you know, and then when I get it up there, I actually go behind the string and I bend it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as you do that, you hit the string, you'll hear the string drop in tune. Go back, do it again, hit it again, do it again, stretch this way, go back behind again, pull it again, tune it, keep tuning it each time I'm doing this. But you will notice it takes the slack out of the string on both sides of the peg. Once the tone control for a Strat, okay, I think I did, yeah, we did talk about that. I'll talk about that after this. So the taking the slack out of the string on both sides of the peg, I think is more useful than actually tying a knot in the string. I just, the knot thing, the biggest problem I have with the knot thing as well, being a tech, is when you bring me that guitar and I got to pull that string off that peg and it's locked in there for one. This is my peeve, but it's in there and it takes me 3 times as long to pull the string off the peg, and it really doesn't help the guitar that much. A Gibson, let me tell you, a Gibson Les Paul is always going to have a tuning problem in the G string. It's just going to happen no matter what you do. Although I think pulling the tension out on both sides of the string does help quite a bit. So try that next time you change your strings. Get rid of the tension on both sides of the string. So the tone control, I know we did talk. I see you soon. Have a great night. Bye, Steph. See you later. So, yeah, Steph sent me some stuff about a tone control that I thought was kind of useless as well for this particular guitar. But anyways, yeah, there's so many things that just, I don't know. I mean, how many people actually use their tone control actually? I mean, I see some of the blues guys do use the tone control quite a bit. But if you're not playing blues and you're not using slide, how many guys do? I mean, I know Alice in Chains actually did use the tone control. And I actually think there was some stuff that I did play with, doing some Alice in Chains. I actually did use the tone control for that. But it's not very often. I put them one place and leave it. And yeah, Russell, I'm the same way. Exactly. Exactly. The string chains suck when people tie them. Absolutely, Margaret, you're exactly right. Eric, I never touch the tone control. Exactly. I mean, and that's where kind of Gibson, I can understand where Gibson did the whole thing of taking the tone control out of that Les Paul that we talked about a little bit earlier, because nobody uses it. But, you know, there are some people that do. It was put there for a purpose. Now, this guitar, you know, it doesn't have a tone control. I turn the tone until the voice opens up and then leave it there. Wait, let me find that again, Russell. Dial in it right on and set it fixed Variable. Okay. Yeah, see, so you kind of use it a little bit. I use my tone control because I mostly play jazz. I want a second warm. I agree with. I totally agree with the tone control for jazz. Totally. It's a total different thing. So yeah, there is somebody there actually that does get the tone control, and the reason you need a tone control because you play a certain style of music that requires it. You know, just like, you know, playing jazz, you know, kind of, you know, flat wounds. Flat wounds kind of make sense with jazz. It was for the volume and no loss of sound. Yeah, yeah, no loss of sound. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, whatever. Oh my. So we got about 7-8 more minutes in the show. If anybody wants to chime in and ask me any stupid questions. Nobody's asked about the hair tonight. What's going on? Yes, that flat 12s are in my studio. Guitars, stores, whatever. I feel. What was that again? Guitars in stores or wherever. I feel so foreign. I think that's funny. Yeah, I can see that. We all know what. What is that? What was that, Russell? I got to figure that out again. I got to read. Let me pull that back up. That was kind of funny, I think. You know, you're not the harp lady or Goheg. Yeah, I know I'm not. Michelle, you got me a smile. Okay, thank you very much for the smile. I appreciate that. The hair comment. Yeah, exactly. I actually had, you know, I went, if you watch the video that's on my Florida Fun and More channel, I walked through a scare zone the other night and this lady had a different name for me. She didn't call me Corella for a change. Usually it's Corella is the go-to for everybody. You're not the only person with Michael Schenker guitars. Here's and guitar, yeah. That's funny. The Michael Schenker thing. We did that last week, didn't we? We did. Yeah. I need to go back and learn Doctor. Can't wait for the guitar show next week. Any chance you go live? Can't wait for the, yeah. Yeah, there's a good chance we may go live during the show at some point. So watch the feed. If it pops up that Randy's Guitar Attic is live, check it out. Because if it's during the day, yeah, there's a good chance I'm in there filming. Especially Friday. Friday would be the go-to. I don't have any help this week. My wife will be with me, but she'll help me load in and load out, but she won't be helping me actually in the show itself. So not this Friday, next Friday, the 24th, I think it is. We'll be at the Tampa Guitar Show, and yeah, we'll definitely be filming out there. We will be back live again on next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, as always, and to give you the rundown of pretty much what we think we're going to put into the van to take out to the show. So, also, let's see, we have, or we have, wait a minute, yeah, I think so, yeah, we will be here Wednesday. Because I know Thursday we're actually going to go see Candlelight Opera. We're going to go see that. The guitar show walkthroughs are always fun to watch. Good. I'll be here for sure. Hopefully you can sell, trade. I don't know what that last little part was there. As again here, let's go searching for it. Got to find the happy spot. Hopefully you can sell and trade some cool stuff. Yes, Alex, I appreciate that. Yeah, Michelle, we're talking about the walkthroughs and stuff. We'll try to do them. The sometimes the Wi-Fi in some of these places is not great, so it may be kind of all over the place, kind of like an old, old video. Sometimes you watch these old VHS tapes and they kind of go all over the place, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. That, or when you were a kid and you were kind of like watching the static live to see if anything popped up behind it on the dirty channels. Anybody remember doing that? Anybody else do that besides me? I know you did. Don't even lie. The tracking is off on the YouTube live. Haha. Yes, it always is. So. Regatos indeed. Anyways, all right. So we're just going to wrap it up pretty close here. I do want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And if you have not hit that like and subscribe button, please do. It does help me out. Helps me grow. Helps more people get to know the channel and more people show up on these live streams and like it. Okay, thanks, man. Have a great rest of the week. I will. Occasional Astronauts this weekend rocking Old Town Kissimmee, Ruby Street Grill, as well on Saturday. Acoustic tomorrow night at the Hard Rock Daytona Beach. Be out there as well. Eric, thanks again. Everybody, thanks for coming in. We'll see you next week, 8 o'clock, once again here on the channel. Right before the guitar show, we'll let you know about all the stuff we're getting ready for the guitar show. Should be pretty cool. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. You too, Michelle. I forgot I'm not on the laptop.